Hello, friends. Yeah, we're in the afternoon here. It's after lunch. I actually haven't even eaten breakfast yet. I've been up for a number of hours and doing stuff on Twitter and checking out what's going on in the world. And it's bananas out there, right? So the moon is at the later degrees of Leo, and anytime a planet, or any kind of astrological body is at the end of a sign, things are always very intense. And there's a little bit of a pressure let off when it moves into the next sign, but there's that big shift, right? And it's always, you know, like if you've ever been in a car, this is a funny thing to say. That's a manual shift, right? From first to second. Usually that's how that sign shift feels. You're starting off, and then it changes, right? By before just before 7 o'clock this evening, the moon is going to move into Virgo, and Virgo's about work. Virgo's about getting it done. Virgo's about figuring it out. Virgo's about your daily process. And the moon wants to be in. She just wants to reflect. She just wants to bask. She just wants to be pretty. She just wants to be taken care of. And in Virgo, it's going to be about getting it done. It's going to be about what are you doing. So, um, with Mercury retrograde in Virgo, Venus has already moved into Virgo also. It's not a good spot for Venus either. Venus and the moon are very similar with things. It's feminine energies, right? The how do you feel, and things that may or may not be tangible. Like, value systems can be tangible, or something is of value. These glasses have value to me because they help me see. But as far as how they make me feel, I don't necessarily feel one way or the other about them, other than it helps me see. And I'm not particularly sure why I took them off. It just right. Maybe I need to defocus. Maybe we need to not stare so much at the details, because Mercury's retrograde. It's backing up. It's okay. That's what's going on. Let me take a step back, right? It's, there's a big difference in this and in that, for sure, right? So, you know, and that's what we're doing. We're taking a step back because we need to. We're in a process here that we're going to have to slow down. We're going to have to pay attention to the details, but getting lost in them, you're like, the shift from Leo to Virgo is pretty big, because Leo's like, okay, well, let's create something. What are we creating here? And then Leo goes, wait a minute, I need to know what I'm doing. I need to look at these details. I need to work on this. And that's what happens, right? You go from life to work, and a lot of us have that backwards. We work to live instead of living. And this is going to be, what we're facing. Are you really, trying to make things work? Are you really trying to live, or are you just working? Are you working on it and just continually, just grinding away? Because, the grind is one thing, but grinding away for the sake of grinding away so you don't have to grind away later on. Yeah. So, yeah, just keep that in mind, and be self-reflective. Pay attention to how you feel and what you're thinking, and those are separate things. Make sure they're separate things. Are you thinking about it, or are you feeling about it? That's a good question.